Ryan here coming to you with a brand new video. And don't forget, like and subscribe. Help out your boy to get out into the YouTube universe and help to reach more people. And as you see, it's like I'm on this journey here where, you know, where I just want to show more people how to bring peace and calm to their lives, because I find something that works for me. I discovered something that works for me, and it has helped me to instill peace and calm into my life. And hey, Christy, good to see you here. And I know it can work for a lot of you as well, right? But there is work involved, and I understand. I see a lot of people are getting themselves into all types of problems, and I don't believe they understand how to keep the problems at bay. You cannot just sit down and expect some miracle to happen where you do not get into any type of trouble at all. You have to deal with the program that you were given freely at birth. Somebody handed you that program, and it's up to you now to do something about it. All right? It's not going to happen by luck or by chance. That's not going to happen. So, all right. So, don't expect, don't expect the problems to just go away. The chaos that you invited into your life, don't expect it to just go away. It's not gonna happen. That's not how it goes. So you are gonna have to do something in order to keep that, to keep the problems in check, to keep the troubles in check. All right. And I discover something that works for me, and I believe it can work for you too. If you come from a single mother household like I am, you will understand a little bit of what I'm trying to say to you here. Okay? I'm talking men here. I believe women too. This might affect them too, but I'm not sure if it's affect them to the point where they are becoming problematic and trouble and start causing a whole bunch of problems out there into society. Yes, you need chaos into your life, but you need to invite that chaos into your life. Pick the chaos that you want and bring that chaos in. You do not want uninvited chaos into your life. For instance, when I say pick the chaos you want, let's say you put on your shoes and you decide to go for a long run. Your knees hurt, your ankles hurt, and then plus you lift weights, so your body's sore, your body's in pain. That's the kind of chaos you want to invite into your life, right? But let's say you go out there, you are getting into arguments with people, getting into stupid fights and causing all types of drama into your life, and he say, she say, and it's just, you are just a mess, okay? And we do not want that. We do not want that to happen to you at all. We do not want that to continue on in your life. We want you to shut that down, because that needs to be shut down. But it will not happen by luck or by some chance. You're gonna have to put in the work. And I find something that works for me, and I believe it can work for you too. I want it because our goal here is to bring down the chaos to a point where we can manage it. Are you going to um avoid every single problems, troubles, worries, chaos that comes your way? Probably not. But the ones that you can navigate around, go around them, or just avoid them, period, you know, we want to able to avoid those and do not get ourselves wrapped up and entangled in that type of problems. Because you see, when we are peaceful, we can actually think about the things that we want. When we're having problems, we have to think about the problem. So it takes up so much of our brain space thinking about this one problem for a long time. And human beings, we can't help but to worry. We worries a lot, and that's just how it goes, right? So we want to avoid any uncalled for worrying, right? So this is when we are going to start to tackle that problem that we have, and it's coming from your program, from your programming. So if you were around people who are always pissed off and always angry while you were growing up, if you were always around those people, just remember that you picked up their programming without you even knowing. It's later on down the road you start expressing that behavior, which you didn't even know was really inside of you. And you are shocked sometimes too. You've been like, what? I behave like that? Yeah, that program, that was there all along. It was only a matter of time before you express it or manifest it, and people can actually start to see it. And we want to not suppress it, because suppressing is not good, but we want to reduce it through doing the proper work. There is no technique. There are no techniques. There are no magic tricks. This is plain, simple working on that programming. It needs to put in check, because if you don't put it in check, I guarantee you, it's gonna lead you down a path where you do not want to go. All right. So let's go. Build a system. I want build a system. If you do not know how to create a system, you probably can follow my system. I am not sure if my system will work for everybody. The reason why I'm saying this is because part of my system is I run every day, I work out every day. I do not know how many days you should work out. I do not know how many days you should run. I highly recommend this when you are, because like I said, the problem we are trying to solve here, hey Ray, the problem we are trying to solve here is getting into, thank you very much, is to getting ourselves into more and more problems, and we are adding to our trauma. We are adding to our resentment. We are just creating more problems for ourselves, and we are building on all the programming that we got, because most of us, we just didn't got good programming. If you were raised by the football coach or the pastor, and you guys were disciplined, and you guys were thank you very much, Ray, and you guys were disciplined, and you guys were just loving and kind and caring and so forth, that's great. if you guys got that type of programming. Okay, a lot of us didn't got that type of programming. What we got was um we got parents who didn't really thank you very much, Ray, appreciate you. What we got was our families who didn't understand how to really raise kids. They did their best, they did what they know how to, but that doesn't remove the trauma, uh the negative programming. That doesn't remove it. It's there. Now we have it. I always say to myself, this is what I am blessed with. This is why I said this is what I am blessed with. I am blessed with uh the programming that I got. Thank you very much. And I'm here still trying to do my best, and as I as well, right? So understand that our parents did their best. Okay. Now it's up to us now. A lot of us don't know, because I didn't know how to even tackle this problem. Thank you very much. Alright. More people needs to hear this stuff. I didn't even know how to even deal with this stuff. So here I am in the world, in my 30s, one day woke up and realized that I am a miserable person. Not that I want to be, I don't want to be that, but that's what I was going through at the time. And guess what happened? Nobody understands how to even help me either. I realized the people who I was around didn't understand it. We become enemies because I didn't know how to, because I'm like, I need help. Nobody's helping me. At the time, I just didn't know what to do at the time. And later on down the road, I went on a journey by accident. Not that I planned anything out, or the whole thing was just happened. And I start to move in a direction. And I notice whenever I do certain things, it will calm me down. I become more peaceful. And I realize that I have to continue to do this thing here. Okay? These things that I'm doing. And somebody mentioned to me one day that I have a good system. Peace and calm. Of course, Ray. Thank you. And somebody mentioned to me that day that I have a good system. I didn't even know what a system was. I was just doing this thing here by accident, not knowing what I was doing. And I realized that I created a system. And by working with that system, I realized that the trouble becomes less. All of that, rough time. Thank you very much. Right? All of that rough times that I used to have, what happened? It melts away slowly over a period of time, because now I find something that works for me. Three of us went running last night, and I turned to my two friends and I said, the past year that I've been running and working out every single day. Thank you very much, Ray. Take care. Bye bye. Have a good one. And I said to myself that the past year that I've been running and working out is the happiest I have ever been. Here you go. I invite my own chaos. It doesn't mean that comes with a lot of pain itself. Okay? Sometimes I can't even walk straight sometimes. So that's why I don't recommend you go running and working out every single day. That's the reason why. I don't want you to do that. Okay? Because it can get extremely difficult. And you need to be a certain kind of person to continue on and endure that type of chaos, that type of pain. You invite into your life. But the beautiful thing about that type of pain is it's positive pain. You invite that type of pain into your life, and that's a good thing. Okay, so here we go. Bring down the chaos, the external chaos that's gonna come into your life. Bring it down to a level where it is manageable. You want to manage that chaos. If it's too much and it starts to take over your life, it's gonna be running your life. And we do not want the program to be running you. Or I should say, we don't want the wrong program to be running your life. We want your life to be running by the right programming. Okay? So here we go. Create a system. You need certain things that you do every single day. What I recommend for you to do, what helps me, I only can recommend what helps me. I got to the gym today. I felt so peace and calm. While I was in the gym, I felt the peace and the calm in the gym. When I hit the trails to run to the river trails to run today, same thing. Peace and calm, right? So, get into shape. Highly recommend that. A lot of us know what to do. The sad part is the sad part is we don't do it. Okay? So, get into shape. That's one. The image of yourself helps a lot. When you start to looking good externally, you start feeling good too. Highly recommend running because it releases those chemicals, endorphins, makes you a lot more happier. Typically runners, we are just happier people. We are, right? I'm a runner. Today is day 435 days since I'm running. Haven't stopped yet. Day 435 days since I'm working out. Haven't stopped. But I notice when I combine running, working out, and I do the mental exercises, I realize that it actually brings a sense of peace and calm to my life. That's my therapy. That's my medicine. I can't really go without it. All right? So, highly recommend you change your life. Change your life by implementing a system. My wake up time is 5 a.m. That's my wake up time. Sometimes a little earlier, but I like to keep it at 5. 5 a.m. I am up. What am I doing? I get to work and I start doing the mental exercises. The repetition, reading the same thing over and over and over, repeating the same thing over and over and over. I don't like that word reading because reading just means you look at something and you look at the words and then you forgot it. I do not like that. The reading to me is it's a joke, all right? Body weight, I don't know. I haven't weighed in a long time, but I'm in my 40s. In my early 40s. So, I forgot where I was because I was talking to this person here. Right. So, whenever I combine running, working out, and the mental exercises, I do better. Now look, Um, I don't know. What are you talking about, dude? Um, so we uh we are talking about here the system, because the system is what is going to keeps you on track. Okay? That's what we're gonna do. On track. So we're gonna stay on track. Wake up at 5 a.m. I don't know your schedule, your sleep time, and anything. So I'm not sure if that's gonna work for you, but you're gonna have to find a time that works for you. But you need to be up and you need to do those mental reps. That needs to happen. One, wake up early. This is part of the system, because the system is what we're gonna use to train our minds, and it will keep us out of problems, unnecessary problems, uninvited troubles, problems, uninvited chaos. These are things that we don't want in our lives. Sometimes they might slip through and come in, and that's fine. Every once in a while, that's okay. But you do not want to do this 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all month, all year. So your system is what you're gonna use to keep that in check, to keep out the uninvited problems, troubles, worries out of your life. Right? So like I said, wake up early. Do the mental reps. What am I talking about here? What do I use when I say mental reps? Prayers, affirmations, quotes, personal development. You're gonna read the same thing over and over and over and over and over. Repetition comes into play here. You cannot avoid repetition. Now, I want you to find some audios that resonates with you. You can feel those people when they're talking to you. I want you to listen to those to the point where you start to memorize them. All right? Repetition comes into play. You cannot go around repetition. All right? And I mentioned before, getting to the gym, this is part of the system. And the system is what you're going to use to save your life. Your life. Because if you keep on getting yourself into all types of trouble and all types of arguments and problems with people over and over and over and over, only a matter of time before that thing gets out of control. Somebody got hurt, somebody go to jail, somebody go to prison, somebody got killed. You don't want to put yourself in that situation. You want to avoid that. When it's necessary, you fight. If you have to fight your damn way out of, for your life, you're going to have to do that. But if it's not a life-threatening situation, you want to avoid it at all costs. If it's a life-threatening situation, you're going to have to, if you cannot run, you're going to have to fight. That's just it. You're in the middle of it, freaking fight your way out. And you have no other choice. But I don't believe most of us are ever gonna have to face anything like that. I don't believe so. We live in America. It's a relatively safe country for the most part. Depends on where you live, but for the most part, it's a safe country. Okay? So, that's the system that works for me. And I believe it can work for you too. You do not want your life to be chaotic, full of drama. You are creating all types of trouble. You are always in trouble. Some type of trouble. You are always having problems with people. Not structured. You are not disciplined. You haven't, you are not committed to anything. You are not consistent. You have to apply those principles to what I'm telling you in order for it to work effectively for you. You must be disciplined. You need to be committed to the journey of change. You need to replace that old programming with a new program. You need to increase your peace and calm. Reduce the drama and the chaos that's coming from your programming. Keep that programming in check. It must be in check, because if you don't check it, other people might check you, and that doesn't feel too good. Okay? So we want to avoid that at all costs. And furthermore, we need our loved ones and our friends to appreciate us and enjoy being around us. And the only way that's going to happen is when we start to become peaceful and calm. People want to be around you. You don't need to have a whole bunch of money and a whole bunch of this and a whole bunch of... No. All you need to do is make them feel good about being around you. And that will make them feel good about themselves as well. All right? Make people want to be around you. That's what I'm talking about. All right? So, here we go. Implement the system into your life. And you're going to use your system as a buffer, a bulwark against your programming. You have to deal with this programming here. It's not a cakewalk. You must deal with it. It has to be dealt with. You cannot just allow it to just run wild, and it's just chaotic. And mainly who I'm talking to are men who come from single mother household. I think you guys probably understand this the best. Okay? Because our dads weren't there. They weren't in the house. So we were raised by a woman. And we picked up on all of her female qualities that, her hormones, someday she's on her period. And you know how that goes already. It's crazy. Okay? So we picked up on all those. Erraticism, erraticness, drama. We picked up on all these things, not knowing what was going on really. Always arguing, likes to get angry. Meanwhile, we should be calm and peaceful. Fight when it's necessary. Drama, stay at bay. Keep it out. Your system is what you are going to use against this destructive programming. It's not good. We've been through it. We know. And that's the reason why I got to the point now where I can keep this programming here in check, because it needs to be in check. Create the system. Build a system. Use the system consistently. This must be done every single day. Day in, day out. You must become a disciplined person. For you cannot just sit down on your couch and expect some miracle to happen and you pray to God and your life change overnight. Maybe that can happen. But no. You need to work at it. Use the system. I do not know if my system is going to work for you. I wake up at 5 a.m. I do the mental exercise. I run every day. I lift weights every day. I listen to my audios, same audios, a lot of the times, over and over and over and over. I might add some new ones to it, but I keep going back to the older ones as well because I need to memorize them. It needs to go into my memory. Okay? I need to read the same thing over and over and over. Right? So, if you like my system, you can use it. My system, I don't recommend it for everybody because it can become too much for the average person. I don't recommend it. Day 435 days in a row straight since I've been working out and running. Okay? I want you to build a system. And I want you to use the system consistently to keep that old programming in check that's getting you into problems. You are getting yourself into too many problems, man. You are getting into too many arguments, too many fights, too many trouble. You are troublesome, problematic. You and somebody's are always at it. Your family members, the people who are close to you, people at your job, you just can't get along with anybody. You become, you are too emotional. And this is when you are gonna have to really look at the programming. You're gonna have to spend some time on it, really take a look at it, and do something about it. Okay? We cannot continue on like this. We cannot continue to live like this. This is not how we want to show up into the world. The system is one of the best thing I have ever built. The system I'm running on is the best thing I've ever built. It doesn't mean you are going to be happy, and you are going to have the $1 million in your bank account tomorrow morning. No. But it means that you will be a lot happier than how you are right now. You will be a lot more calmer because you wanna calm down. Moving too fast sometimes gets us in trouble. You do it too fast and you messed up. So you wanna slow down a little bit. Move slow, move peacefully, move calmly. Get into the practice. Thanks, Christy. Get into the practice. Become more joyful. Become more calm. Become more peaceful. Let go of some of that chaos and the drama. All right? Okay then, folks. Don't forget, like and subscribe. Help out your boy to get out into the YouTube universe. Ryan here with a new video. Looking forward to see you soon. A brand new video. Implement the system. Use the system as a bulwark against your programming. Check your programming. If you don't check it, other people might check you. Okay? What I'm telling you here works. You want peace and calm into your life. That's what you want. Calm it down. Bring it down. reduce the problems into your life. Your system will allow you to reduce the problems, the chaos, the drama, the problem into your life. You become more structured, more disciplined, and that's what you want. All right? So let's go, folks. Ryan here with a new video. Looking forward to see you soon in a brand new video. Bye for now.